Greetings and salutations everybody, my name is MiAh the King, and welcome to another patented First Impressions review. Today we are looking at an artistic atmospheric game called Mosaic. Now, this game came out yesterday on Steam, and I would have done a video on it then, but I was busy working on those other games you saw. So I kinda had my hands full. I've been working on this one since then, trying my best to make this video cohesive and intelligent, which, as I'm sure a lot of you already know, that's not easy for me. Not only that, but this game was deep and forced me to really think about it. What was it doing, saying, feeling, etc.? But before we go deeper, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right down below this video. I mean, it only takes you like 2 seconds to find and click it. Doesn't hurt you at all, helps me out a bunch, and you'll only get notified of future videos if you click the little bell. So please hit that button. Thank you. Okay, so Mosaic. How do I describe this game more than I just have? I mean, it's definitely atmospheric. Just check out this imagery, okay? Check out the imagery here and the message here. Wow, now that is some intense shit right there. And the game is filled with beautiful, meaningful messages just like the one you saw. It's a deep game, and at first I was thinking it was a game about depression and suicidal tendencies. But as I played it more and more, I started to see it was more like being trapped in an endless cycle of bland, selfish corporate business world, yada yada. I don't even know my guy's name, so let's just call him Jack. Jack seems to be some kind of computer programmer who lives in a corporate housing structure surrounded by others who work in the same business as him. He gets up each day and checks his alarm, tidies his hair, fixes his tie, brushes his teeth, grabs his umbrella, and then heads out into the world. Jack seems to be doing fairly poorly in terms of his career and his money. Not enough money coming in, too many bills to pay, and his performance at work is slipping each day. Yet, he continues to wake up each morning and to go to work at his boring and soul-sucking job just to pay his bills. It's a strong message. Stop to enjoy a beautiful butterfly every now and then. Stop and enjoy a random street artist or some music. Stop from the endless grind of daily living and make sure to live life. I think that is the message this game is trying to get out. It does seem to drag on at certain points. There is a set speed here that you cannot change, and it can get slightly annoying if you're lacking in patience to watch the same scenery over and over again, unable to move any faster. Maybe that's part of the point of this, maybe that's kind of what the developers were trying to get across, or maybe it's just bad design. But I'm going to go for this was intentional by the developers as another way to get their message across. So let's go into the good and the bad as we do in most videos. This way it seems fair and can further help determine if people would like to give this game a try or not. So for the good. The game's art is amazing. It conveys exactly what the developers are trying to convey, and it works really well for this setting. The game's music, both background and foreground, are really well done. Its other sounds are spot on as well. The crowd as you board the train, the vibration from your phone, along with other kinds of miscellaneous sounds you hear as you commute each day to work. The atmospheric part of this atmospheric game is also really well done. Even for me, when I was slightly getting bored, I was addicted and curious. I wanted to keep pushing forward to learn more, to see more, to know more. And it truly does get this feeling of being trapped and stuck in this repetitive cycle down perfectly. Its story, while slightly mysterious and a bit unusual, works for it here. It doesn't feel out of place, and it doesn't feel too weird or nonsensical. It actually fits, as weird as it is, but I'm not going to spoil it. Now on to the bad. The game is short, like really short. There are several people who reported that they've only played the game for a couple of hours before finishing it. Some people didn't even get to 2 hours. Some people just barely managed to ring out 3 hours. I mean, if you look at the Steam's review page for the game, most people who are commenting about the game only have between 2 to 3 hours of gameplay. So it's very short. The game's speed, while at times it's used effectively for the sake of ambiance, but at other times it just feels like you're dragging your feet, and that can really wear on your patience. The game is also quite glitchy. Now, it did just come out, so these could be patched fairly easily, but I still wanted to make mention of them. Several times when you're walking in crowds, which you're forced to do by the way, the other character models just kind of spaz out, or they'll just flicker 1,000 times and just never stop flickering. And then I found this game-breaking bug that just wouldn't let me push forward. It wouldn't let me continue. I was stuck there, unable to progress. This was really frustrating for me, as now I couldn't continue the story or my video, and trying to go back there only resulted in the same thing happening, which, by the way, because of its poorly timed checkpoint system, I had to go so far back that it almost didn't feel worth it. And then it glitched out on me again, making it completely worthless. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a glitch, as this path is the only way to progress, so what happened here? I mean, if I did something wrong, let me know in the comments below. If this just looks odd and it looks like a glitch, also let me know, because I'd really like to know what the hell that was. Now, to be honest, I am quite glad that the game glitched out on me and stopped me from playing further, because I would have kept going until I beat it. I have an hour under my belt at this point, and even though this game's idea is pretty damn solid and intriguing, and even though I do want to keep pushing forward and see where it goes, I'm gonna have to request a refund for it. I mean, no matter how you look at it, no game only 2 hours long should be $20. And you know, that's based on people's playtime, obviously. It could be a little bit longer, but even so, 3 hours for $20 is still too much. There are tons of games out there that charge $20, and they give you days of content. Days upon days. I don't want to spend $20 on a game I'm going to enjoy once, one day. I mean, $20, that can be a lot of money to some people. To kids and teenagers who get an allowance, they only get $20 every 2 weeks, and you want them to spend that on a game that lasts 2 hours? 2 weeks of chores for 2 hours? Come on. For 2 hours of an atmospheric game that requires patience? Come on. Or for poorer people like me who have to save every penny just to be able to pay their bills. I don't have the money for something like this. As I stated earlier, I've seen games just as atmospheric as this for free, or for just a few dollars. Now that would have been more appropriate. But I'm sorry, in my personal opinion, that $20 price tag is a game changer. There are a lot of people out there who will refuse to even look at your game for that much money, if it's based like this, an atmospheric game like this. The developers need to change that ASAP before they turn off all the people who might have been interested in this. If I hadn't already had some money in my Steam wallet, then even I wouldn't have looked at this game. And I'm just one person. I know there are hundreds of people out there like me, if not thousands. Well, hell, there's probably more than that. But just from my own personal experiences, I've got, like, out of all my friends, who are all gamers, by the way, they wouldn't give this game the time of day. See, unlike me, they have daily jobs. They have to go out each day. I can tell you with 100% certainty that my friends will not give this game the time of day. $20 for 2 hours? Yeah, they'd laugh in my face and say totally not worth it. So if you include me, you just lost 4 customers right there, 5 if you include my wife, and those are just the friends who I speak with frequently. They're simply too busy and would rather spend their time on a game that's actually worth it, and to me, this game isn't worth it, and to them, this game wouldn't be worth it. And that's just from my group of friends. Think about how many groups of friends could be feeling and thinking the exact same way, and think about all the money you could lose. In conclusion, I think this game is amazing in its artistic style, in its atmosphere, and its overall quality. The game is indeed fantastic for its genre. But I can't recommend you buy it. Wait for a significant discount before you do. After all, it's $20 and you'll only get 2, maybe 3 hours of gameplay. I'd say at most you pay $10 for this, and even that's pushing it. No, you know what? I retract that. $10 would be a good price. $15 would be pushing it. So, I don't hate this game. I like this game. I think it does what it sets out to do very well. But I will not recommend you buy it for $20. Be forewarned, what you pay is not what you get. As I said earlier, I've seen tons of atmospheric games like this, and I even have recorded 2 of them on my channel. Each was less money than this, and gave you either the same or more gameplay. and by that I'm talking about time. One was free, and the other one was just under $15. That game is 7th Sector, which was longer, had puzzles, and just as much atmosphere as this game. Now, I still think that even that game was a bit pricey, but at least they didn't charge me $20 for 2-hour experience. The game 7th Sector had several hours of gameplay for its asking price. And if you look on the Steam review page for the game, the gameplay time for a lot of those people, it's all over the place. You've got 7 hours, 5 hours, 12 hours. Me personally, I think I played it for just under 2 hours because I ended up getting a refund for it because I got stuck on a level. And that don't be saying that that's a theme here, okay? If I get stuck on a game and I get a refund, that's not a theme. I don't want that to become a thing. That's not a thing. That's not what happened. Alright, these atmospheric games just aren't my type of style, and if I can't find myself wanting to keep pushing forward, and they charge me for a decent amount of money, which I could spend on something that would actually entertain me for a long time, that's what I'm going to pick. I do these videos because I understand that there are people out there who do like to watch these things, who do like to play these things. If you like atmospheric games, if you like games that have this, deep, enthralling, curious story and world, and you really just want to get sucked in, then I would go recommend you play 7th Sector instead of this. 7th Sector will at least give you enough time in its game to be worth its money, while this game does not. That's the key difference here. But take what you will from my video. I just hope that I managed to help some of you out there to maybe save some money, or maybe I hope I helped some of you to be able to come up with a definite decision on this. Make sure you are well informed before spending your money. I gotta say, guys, that $20 for this game, instead you could spend $13 on 7th Sector, save yourself $7. That might not seem like a lot now, but if you were to do that with 3 games, you'd save up $20, which you could then spend on another game. It's all about the little things, people. Save your money for a more engaging experience. Save your money for a game that's going to last you longer, so that way you can, kill time in between the really big, super cool games coming out. I mean, come on. There's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot coming out. There's Cyberpunk 2077 coming out. Evil Genius 2 is coming out. Star Wars, the Jedi Fallen Order just came out. These are some big games that everyone's going to play and everyone's going to buy, and you need something to pass the time in between. Don't do it on something like this. If that's what you're going for, spend it on something that will actually take you days of playing it, weeks of playing it. Hell, I think Star Wars Battlefront 2 is only selling for like $4 right now. Look, I don't want to end this sounding like I'm irritated or angry. I'm not. I'm just desperately trying to get my words through to some of you people. It's a good atmospheric game. I'm not saying it's not. Hell, it's a great atmospheric game. It's very curious, it's very engaging, and you get addicted to it very quickly. But $20 for 2 hours, if I had played this whole game all the way through for 2.5 hours, and it ended there, and I spent $20, I cannot tell you how furious I would have been. But once again, it's all up to you guys. It is your decision whether you want to play this. If you think it's worth $20, go ahead and buy it and play it. But if $20 seems too much for you and you're not so sure, don't risk it. Don't do it. Alright, guys? Okay, thank you so much for watching my video. I can't wait to see you guys on my next adventure, and until then, I bid you farewell.